what do I have here? Looks like a mess of dead plants, but they're not. This is sweet potato. I took the cuttings from these plants here and I stuck them here. One node cuttings. So little stick that has one node. These are doing well. They had leaves and they're starting to grow. This on this end, I'm not sure if they are alive or well. It may look bad on top, but they have a root, so that is doable. So don't discount them because they look dead on top. Dig them up and see, like this one is dead. Okay, that one is dead. I cleaned up a lot of them that looked like they were dead, but the few that had roots I kept to show you that the sweet potato is very easy to propagate, and just make a single node cutting and stick it, and don't overwater it. It's drought tolerant. So this is one way of making cuttings and making multiple plants if you have a small twig. You don't have to have lots of sweet potatoes to grow a lot of slips and then plant. You can have one, and as it's growing and the slip or the branch grows taller, make a single node cutting and stick in here, and when they root, they will develop into a plant. So here we have 4, and then 6, 8, 10, 11. I have 10, 11 plants that made it, and I will pot them in here. Okay, so very simple. Take them there delicately, make the hole, and people laugh when I say delicately because there's nothing I do that's delicately. It seems like I'm torturing the plant. But I've been doing this for 40 years, if not more. You kind of know how to work and fast, efficiently, without breaking or disturbing the roots. Very important to work fast, work efficient, make mistakes, but most importantly, learn from your mistakes. You don't want to be the gardener that you've been gardening for 30 years, but what I call 1 year of experience repeated 30 years. Make mistakes, learn from your mistakes, take notes. Taking notes is very important in gardening, so that you learn, see what went wrong, what did you do wrong, what part of the garden seems to be performing poor in terms of yield or plant size, so that you can go test that area. If you don't take notes, you're really going blind, and you're really not noticing the problem early and fixing it for the next year. Okay? So that's a big one. You can wrap the roots around each other. They don't have to be straight. Wrap them like a circle. Put some soil and press gently on them so they get good contact. So these will definitely make it. They have lots of roots. They already start to make new shoots. This very first one that had only roots, there's still a chance that, hey, that bud, the vegetative bud, will never grow and it eventually die. So So I'm guessing I have 11. If I remember, I probably started with about 30 cuttings. So 1/3 success rate with this method. But the plant started weak to begin with, and I'll show you what I mean. That's why I was propagating them, because I was afraid the mother plants will die, and I'll show you why they started weak. If we move here, you'll see that these plants, like this one and this one, they're very, I mean, these are 3 months old, very pale green, no branching, very minimal growth that you see here. Why? Because I did not add nitrogen fertilizer. I added only a tablespoon of muriate of potash, which is 0,060. So I added a lot of potassium. Potassium is not what killed these plants or what made them sick. I mean, they're not dead, they're just sick. The lack of nitrogen is what made them sick. Remember, NPK on a fertilizer bag, nitrogen is for leaves, phosphorus is for roots, and potassium, the K, is for all around. The roots, the leaves, the fruit quality, the fruit set, flower strength, more flowers, all that. Okay, so think of it as up, down, all around. I heard that from a gardener and I told him I love it. I'm gonna steal it from you and use it. So if I had added nitrogen, they would have been as big as this blackberry, lots of foliage. So the goal is to fertilize them with nitrogen source, so to encourage the leaf growth, because right now I am only growing foliage before they go in the field, and that's when you need to start growing the tubers, and that's when phosphorus becomes important. So these are not dead, they will not die, they're just sitting there miserable, pale green, give me nitrogen, give me nitrogen. They're screaming for nitrogen. That's why I took cuttings and I propagated them in case they don't make it. The cuttings from them will make it, and I have plenty of plants.